Surveyor is a plug-in to Navisworks which enables Excel reports to be generated for any search or selection set contained in a model. It works with all versions of Navisworks from version 5 onwards. Surveyor is opened from the Tools menu and the interface is contained within a single window. The left-hand part of this window replicates all the existing search and selection sets contained within the model. The user selects one of these and Surveyor scans that set and displays all the categories of objects within it. Different categories can be opened to display all the properties in each category. These can then be checked to include in a report either as a whole category or as individual properties. The bottom area of the window includes other information: title, description, additional comments, together with author, date, time, the search set being used, and also filter and layout controls, which we'll come to later. All of these parameters contained within the window can be saved as a template for use on other search sets or indeed other models. To save time, we're going to open a previously saved template for this same search set, and a number of properties have been selected to include in a report. If we move to the Selected tab, these properties are listed, and in brackets their formatting type is included. So by default Navisworks describes all properties as text, but in Surveyor any of these can be changed to either number or date. In this example, the length has been changed to number to 2 decimal places. And then under the Preview tab we can see a preview of the first 100 records in a report. This is simply to give us a quick check on whether we have the correct fields in the right order. If not, you can go back to either the Full or Selected tabs and edit the list that's selected. Let's look in more detail now at some of the other layout and formatting controls. We briefly looked at number here. Selecting an individual property, in this case length, then the number button, we can specify that to have a format of 2 decimal places. Similarly with the date field, there is a pull down list from which we can select the appropriate format. In the case of a text field, if we wish to change this number field back to text, all we need do is click the button. There's no pull down list there. So I'm going to change the number format to have 0 decimal places. If I now want to produce a report that further refines this information, and we go back to the Preview window briefly, it may be that I want to filter out all records apart from lines that have a length of 106. So to do this, I can select the length property, which has been set to number, and then type in 106 in the filter box. If I now view the Excel report applying these controls, you'll see it will display only those lines that have a length of 106. And there we are. If we remove that filter This will enable us to use the unique control. Filter and unique cannot be used together because essentially they're applying the Excel filtering macros, and if used together could produce unpredictable results. And so we'll delete those, which then enable us to use the layout unique control. This enables us to produce reports which are organized by first and second or first, second and third columns, displaying unique records by reference to each of those columns, and indeed we can also sort information by reference to first or first two or first three columns. So in this case, if we generate a report with unique row on first column and sorting rows on first column, you will see the results displayed here. And you can see that in the first column, line number, each unique line number is displayed with no repetition, together with all the other properties selected. Let's look at another example using the filter control. If we wish to filter out all pipeline information that is not using an insulation value of 30 millimeters, we select this property, click inside the filter box and type 30 millimeters. And if we then generate a report based on this, we should see the results excluding all other data. And there we are. Let's look at another example of using the filter control. In this example, we've chosen a selection set called Stabilizer Equipment, which is part of a PDMS model. And Surveyor has produced these different categories of property. If we open up the PDMS attribute list, we've checked a number of individual properties in this list, and these are shown here. What we're going to do is first of all look at a preview of this report, and you can see under the type column a number of different types of object, from individual nozzles to complete cylinders and other descriptions of objects contained within the stabilizer equipment set. We want to filter out all information that isn't described as cylinder under type. To do this, we select the type attribute and type CYLI to represent cylinder, and then produce a report containing only this information, which you can now see here. Just two more examples of the use of Surveyor. Firstly, a constructor can just make a selection of his daily workload so he can run a materials takeoff for the work of that day, and he can go to the warehouse then with a list of materials he requires. Secondly, as a plant owner, you can run a material list of all lines that need periodic inspections, for example to check for corrosion, or you can make a list of all bronze valves in your cooling water system that you want to replace by decent frost-proof valves. Navisworks is a tool for use by a wide range of people, potentially including design engineers, site engineers, project managers, suppliers, subcontractors, and even clients. All these stakeholders can generate reports quickly and easily for collaboration on a project. This is not possible for such a wide range of people using different project CAD systems. The overall benefit of Surveyor is faster reporting by a wider range of people using a wider range of data. This improves the speed and quality of decision making by all stakeholders in the project, with the resultant cost savings.